back to my channel. Today we're going to be making mole, green mole to be specifically, but this is going to be a different kind of mole. Usually traditional moles have a lot more ingredients in it. For example, they have pumpkin seeds, almonds, other types of nuts, and leaves, but today we're going to be making it easy for us. This is going to be something that you can make within a few hours, maybe an hour. But today we're gonna be making it a lot easier and faster. We're gonna be using mole Maria, which is Dona Maria. This is the mole that we're gonna be using today, but it's not just this what we're gonna be using. We're gonna be adding more stuff to this. My mom uses this mole, but she uses other ingredients with it as well to make it taste better. You can find this at any Mexican store. I've found this one at Walmart. You can just find it at the Hispanic aisle. This can be done with either pork or chicken. Today I'm gonna be using chicken. I'm gonna be using drumsticks. This has already been washed. I just wanna show you something that you need to do before you put this to be cooked. You see this yellow part right here? Most people don't know that you need to take that thing out. This is pretty much the hard skin of the chickens. So what you wanna do is just peel it off. I already made sure that all of them have this taken off. I just wanted to show you that you need to take this off as well, because most people don't know that you need this off, and wash your chicken as well. To cook the chicken, you're gonna need salt. I have about 2 tablespoons of salt. This big piece of onion that we have right here, which is about 1/8 of a medium onion, we're gonna be using it to cook the chicken with. Make sure you cut it like this to where all the onion is still stuck together, just because it's gonna make it easier for you to remove it from your caldo. We have 1 big garlic. This is 1 small onion that we're gonna be using for our mole, with a small piece of garlic as well. For the sauce, we're gonna be needing cilantro, 2 tablespoons of chicken flavored bouillon, 4 serrano peppers or jalapeños, 8 tomatillos that have already been washed. I'm using Iceberg lettuce, but you can also use Romain heart lettuce. I am using about 3 big leaves, and of course your mole verde from Dona Maria. Here I have 8 cups of water that has been boiling for about 10 minutes. This is where we're gonna cook our chicken. We are gonna add the salt, the whole onion, and the big piece of garlic. We're also gonna add our 5 drumsticks. We're gonna let this cook. About 5 minutes before this is done, we're gonna add our tomatillos for our tomatillos to be cooked, and I will show you that process once we're close to it. Here we have our chicken that has been boiling for about 20 minutes. It's time to check and see how it goes. I don't know if you can see it, but it kind of has oil at the very top. I did not add any oil. This is the natural oil that the chicken releases. So don't add any oil. Your chicken will naturally release those oils that it has. On drumsticks, if you can see the bone and there is no more red, that means it's ready. For this recipe, you can use any part of the chicken that you want. I just like to use drumsticks just because I feel like it's easier for us to eat, but you can use any part of the chicken that you want. At this time, we're gonna add our tomatillos. You wanna make sure that you're looking over your tomatillos for them to not explode. You just want them to change color. That's gonna take about 5 minutes, so we're not gonna move from the stove, or else they're gonna explode. The tomatillos and the serrano peppers have been cooking for about 5 minutes. It was on low heat, as well as the chicken. Whenever I cooked it, I put it on low heat as well. At this time, you can see the tomatoes have already been cooked. They have already changed color. We're gonna remove them from the chicken broth because I don't want them to explode. We're gonna turn off the heat as well because our chicken is ready. We're gonna make our salsa next, and for this we're gonna need cups of chicken broth. You can use chicken broth or water. I just like to use this since it already has the flavor from the chicken. This is gonna be about 1.5 cups. This is what we're gonna use to make our salsa. The rest of this chicken broth, I'm gonna be using it for arroz. I'm gonna make a Mexican arroz. I already have a recipe on my channel for this arroz. I'll link it up down in the description down below if you wanna check that out as well. Here in our blender, we're gonna add the Dona Maria mole verde. This paste is a little hard, so you might want to use a spoon or a spatula to remove it. Next, we're going to add our tomatillos and our serranos, the 1 garlic and the onion, cilantro, and you just want to get your lettuce and rip it make it into smaller pieces. Your chicken flavored bouillon, or you can substitute it for salt if you want. And our chicken broth, or water if you want to use it. We're gonna blend all this. To finish off our sauce, we're gonna be needing a little bit of olive oil. After our oil has been heating up, we're gonna add a little bit of onion. The reason you don't wanna add a lot of oil to this for the sauteing the onion, it's because the mole, as you could see, it already had a lot of oil from the Doña Maria mole, so I don't wanna add any more oil. After this has been sauteing for a little bit, we're gonna add our mole. From that little time, look at all this thickness. This mole is no longer watery. It's already thick. Like I said, if you don't want your mole to be thick, you can just add a little bit more of chicken broth or water. We're also gonna lower the heat. I want my mole to have a little bit more of a liquidy consistency, so I'm gonna add a little bit more of the chicken broth right now. It's still a little bit chunky, so I'm gonna add more of the chicken broth. Whenever you're making your mole, you want to make sure you don't go away from the stove because it can easily be burned. Without the water, the mole is going to dry up really quickly and it's going to stick to your pan. So you want to make sure you're stirring it often. We're going to add our drumsticks and let this boil for another 5 minutes and it's ready. We're going to cover it and let it boil for just a little bit on low heat. With the rest of this chicken broth, we're gonna make arroz. Like I said, I'm gonna leave a link down below if you want to learn how to make Mexican rice. Remember to move it constantly. As you can see, our mole has already started to boil up. You also want to make sure that you added enough salt or chicken flavored bouillon, whichever one you want to use. Mine is missing a little bit of salt, so I just added a little bit more of the chicken flavored bouillon. I added about 1 tablespoon of it. This has been boiling now for about 10 minutes. Our mole is ready. All we need to do now is the rice, and like I said, I'm gonna leave the recipe down below. Here is the end result of our green mole. You can have it with the side of rice. Like I said, I already have a video on how to do it. I'm gonna leave it on the description down below if you're interested in watching it. Thanks for watching today's video. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you can be notified every time I upload a video. I upload every Saturday. And don't forget to have a wonderful day.